Hey, namaste. Welcome to our Soulful Sunday Yin Yoga practice. Today we're going to start laying flat on our back on the mat. So have your blocks ready, have your blanket across the center of the mat, and we'll begin. So just go ahead, lay flat. Shavasana pose. Letting your feet fall open to the sky, arms by your sides, palms up. Rock your head side to side, nice and slow. Opening up your neck a little bit. Maybe you're outside too, practicing. In the sun, on your body. Nice breeze. Line up your nose with your navel. Tuck your chin in towards your throat slightly, and then just relax for a few moments. Feel your breath going in and out through your nose. You don't need to change your breath right now. Become aware that you're letting your forehead, your eyes, and jaw relax. Softening through the belly. Let your body get heavy. Feel the earth below supporting you. Now we're going to go into our breathing practice as we start to breathe from the nose into the belly. Let the belly rise. And as you breathe out, draw the belly muscles towards the ground. Breathing in, belly rises. And breathing out, belly falls. And continue like that a few more rounds on your own. Nice and slow and steady. Good. Breathing peace into your belly. Breathing out what you don't need. Good. Second part, we're going to breathe into the rib cage. Feel the ribs spread as you inhale. As you exhale, just relax. Breathing in, stretch your ribs. Breathing out, relax. And we're going to be concentrating on the rib cage area today and working on our Manipura chakra. This is your personal power center, and it's yellow like the sun. Imagine that yellow sun right where the ribs meet, above the belly button. Solar plexus chakra. Now let's take the breath into the chest. So on the inhale, feel your chest rise. And on your exhale, feel it fall. Do that a few more times, nice and slow and steady, in and out of the heart center. Right, we're opening up the 3 different parts of the lungs. This is called Dirga Pranayam. A little more relaxing to do this on the floor. You don't have to use any muscles. All right, let's fill the lungs like a glass, belly, ribs, and chest. Empty like a glass, chest, ribs, belly draws back. We're taking the pause at the top of the inhale for a moment and squeezing the belly back at the bottom of the exhale. Just a few rounds on your own. All right, now we're going to stretch the arms over the head and point the toes to get as long as you can against the earth. We're going into banana asana. So we're going to walk the feet to the right, keeping the heels together, feet close together, hips flat, shoulders flat, and then cross the left ankle over the right. And then start scooting your shoulder blades to the right, maybe using the elbows or the back of your head to lift the shoulders, scoot them to the right. Then hold the left wrist with the right hand. Now let's stay here for 3 minutes and get a really nice stretch in the lateral flexion of your spine. This is called banana asana. So close your eyes. Maybe you're going to tuck your right ear towards your right shoulder and stretch the left side of the neck as well. feels good today. And really try to concentrate on your breath in the rib cage. So maybe there's a little bit of movement here in some poses and then a lot of movement in others. Do what feels good, what feels healthy, healing. Nice steady breath. That's our first minute. Keep relaxing, keep breathing. So we want to become the witness to our thinking while we're practicing. So we turn this into a meditation by witnessing the thoughts, shifting our attention to the body and breath over and over again as we train the mind to focus on the present moment. Gets a little easy. You can always walk your feet over further or sweep the shoulder blades further to the right. So we're working on that gallbladder channel that goes under the arm, down the side of the body, down the side of the leg, on the left side. Stretching through the rib cage and the intercostal muscles. 1 minute to go. Keep filling and emptying just any way that feels good in each pose. Not forcing your breath. Now we're going to slowly walk it all back to center. Bring the arms back to your sides in Shavasana, and then placing the feet flat, flattening your lower back, and then bringing the knees to the chest. So hug your knees in, gently rocking side to side. We're going to continue with that left waist, just like we did in our Banana Asana with a spinal twist to the right. So bring your arms to a T and let your knees float to the right, feeling the left waist stretching again, maybe a little easier after Banana Asana. Your right hand can hold your left knee in place, or you're welcome to cross your left knee over your right if you want it to be more intense, or place a block between the knees for less intensity and more support. Now stretch your left arm to the left side of the room, palm up, and feel the left shoulder stretch, the chest. Maybe gazing that way, or you can rock your head side to side again. Okay, we'll stay here for a couple more minutes. Just keep breathing. So becoming the witness to the thoughts, we shift our attention where we choose it to go instead of just letting the mind roam around randomly. So our intention in the class today is to stay focused on the breath, and then also to work on that third chakra, the Manipura. So this is the place of Agni energy, the digestive fire that transforms food into energy. On breathing, Remember that spine work can give you energy and start getting energy flowing that might be trapped between the vertebrae with a disc. That's what we're twisting right now. Or even the muscles that go along the sides of the spine. I believe there's 6 on each side. Muscles that support the spine, keep it stable. And then really working on all the chakras here as we're bending from tail to top of the head. All right, let's bring it back to center carefully, knees to chest, give them another squeeze. Rock side to side if that feels good. And then we're gonna lay flat again, just lay on your back, bring your arms over your head, point your toes, get long, and then start walking the heels together to the left, keeping your hips flat. And then when you can't go further, bring your right ankle on top of your left ankle if you'd like. And then using the elbows or the back of your head, just lift the shoulder blades, scoot to the left. With your shoulder blades, left shoulder blade coming lower than the right, and then hold the right wrist with your left hand. So a nice side bend here. Okay, we have 3 minutes, a little bit longer than our spinal twist. Just relax and tuning into your body and breath. Giving ourselves a little break from thinking, from worrying, planning. Just being present. So the spine moves in 6 directions, just like the hips. This is lateral flexion, so side bending. We also have spinal twists, which we're doing right after this. So we can go to the right and left with our spinal twists. And then we have forward folds and back bends. Those are the 6 directions the spine can move. That's our first minute. Keep relaxing, focusing and breathing. I have a lot of nature sounds going on in the background here. So enjoy that. Keep things softly in and out. Getting in tune with nature, with your own nature, your own body, breath. So any kind of rhythmic breathing pattern, doesn't have to be big or long, helps the nervous system to calm down. So we're moving towards the parasympathetic nervous system, waking up, which is our rest and digest part, instead of the sympathetic nervous system, which is our fight or flight. It's going to be stressful on the system. It can increase the aging process or speed it up. 1 more minute. Okay, let's bring it back to center. Nice and slow, maybe laying in Shavasana for a moment. And then give your knees a squeeze when you feel ready. Hugging your knees into your chest for the second side of our spinal twist. Rock side to side if that feels good. And you can stretch your arms out, hold the floor, and let your knees float to the left. Bringing the knees maybe even with the hips, higher or lower. But try to get your feet out from under you. That'll help your knees go down to the floor easier. You could cross your right knee over your left knee if you want more, or maybe place a block between the knees for less, for some more support. And then stretching the right arm to the right with the palm up, maybe gazing that way. Okay, let's stay here for a couple minutes. Nice stretch, focusing on the rib cage again. Now on the right side as you go to the left. So think about those little discs, those little pads between the bones of your spine. Those little pads are being twisted, kind of like we're wringing out a wet towel. So we're actually squeezing out fluids, right? Putting pressure on tissue, pushes the fluids out. And then when you come out of the pose, fresh fluid goes in, oxygen-rich blood and fresh energy can start flushing through areas of the body and really detoxifying the system. So even if you just do these two sides of Banana Asana, the two sides of the spinal twist in the morning when you wake up, it really can help you to feel more energy and to feel more relaxed and to stand up taller as you start working through or moving through your day. Okay, 30 seconds, breathing. So you want to keep the spine supple and flexible and long so it doesn't become compressed over time. Let's bring it back to center now, slowly bringing the knees up. Give yourself a hug, hugging those knees, telling your body that you love it right where it is today, thanking your body. Good. Now we're going to move into bridge pose. So let's place the feet flat, close to the hips, arms by your sides, palms down. And then squeeze your glutes first. Squeeze your bum and start to lift, just so we're engaging those muscles, making them stronger. Lift the hips as high as you can, and then you can engage your arms. Start pushing down through the hands and the shoulders. Good. Try not to let your knees splay apart. Keep the knees over the ankles. Now see if you can breathe into your ribs here. Good. The color of this chakra is yellow like the sun. Imagine it shining from that space where above the belly button, where the rib cage meets, up towards the sky. Maybe meeting the physical sky, the physical sun. Now when you come down, try to come from the top to the bottom, nice and slow. And give your knees another squeeze. Rock side to side a bit. And then try happy baby pose. Pull the knees apart. Grab a hold of the outside edges of your feet or your ankles, or hold behind the knees. And then just gently pull down. Stretching the hamstrings, compressing the hip flexors. And if you're comfortable, you can gently rock side to side. Make sure your arms are out of the way of your legs, just so your knees can go where they need to go today. Beautiful. Let's bring the legs straight up in the air, point and flex a little. And then rock yourself up to seated. And we're going to go right into swan pose. So bringing the right leg forward and the left leg back. I'll turn sideways so it's easier to see. You want the right shin even with the top of your mat and the thigh even with the side of your mat. Back knee is just bent comfortably. So you might feel like you're being propelled to the right. You might want to just place your blocks on the right side of your right leg and go that way with your elbows. You're going to feel that in the outside of your leg, or you can go forward if that feels good for swan pose. All right, let's stay here for 5 minutes and get a nice stretch in our outer rotation, the outside of the thigh, similar to what we just did in our Banana Asana. So working into the IT band, the TFL muscle, and the gallbladder meridian. So fold forward, use your props any way you like. Remember, if you need to stay up, that's okay. You could use your blocks up high, or you could also pull your right foot back a little bit towards the left knee, and that might help you go forward more comfortably. All right, nice steady breaths in and out. So we find the edge. It feels like sweet discomfort, right? Muscles must relax in order for the joint to take on the pressure. That's what we're targeting today. Connective tissue within the joint. So make sure that right leg stays relaxed if you're coming forward. Try to take breaths into your stomach as well, just to keep your nervous system nice and calm. Concentrating also on the rib cage. Maybe you can breathe a full breath. Maybe just in certain places in each pose. Okay, that's our first minute. Just keep breathing and relaxing. So a little bit about Manipura. Manipura is located above the navel in the solar plexus area. And the word Manipura translates from Sanskrit as city of jewels or lustrous gem. Manipura is often associated with the color yellow. It is associated with the fire element and the power of transformation. It is said to govern digestion and metabolism as the home of Agni and the vital winds Samana Vayu. The energies of Prana Vayu and Apana Vayu, inward and outward flowing energy, meet at the point when the chakra is in balance. So use your breath inward and outward. These are the Vayus. Prana in, Apana out. Now, if your body changes, if you start to feel like something loosens up, something opens, feel free to go deeper into it. And on the other hand, if it starts to feel a little bit too intense, it goes above a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10, then you can come out a little bit. Give yourself permission. Welcome to slide your back leg back once you're all the way down over your front leg to make it stronger. Just make sure the muscles stay relaxed. Okay, we're halfway there. Keep moving. Good. Breathe peace in, stress out, let it go, tension, negativity. Refine the body and mind today. All right, let's gently rise. Nice 5-minute hold there for your IT band on the right, and then just bounce your knees gently on the mat as you bring your legs out front. And then put your feet flat and let your knees slowly, just letting them swing side to side, but in control. This is windshield wipers, slow-mo. Good. Reverse table, if that works for you. Hands and feet, fingers can face any direction. Feet are flat. Slowly, again, use your glutes to lift and squeeze, just like our bridge pose. And then if you want, you can drop your head back. Now, if this is too strong, feel free to go into another bridge pose instead. About that power center, shining towards the sky again, shoulders opening. Come down, gently sit in your meditation pose and just shake your hands out. Roll the shoulders backwards, either both at once or one at a time, just whatever feels right. Nice, let's take a big cleansing breath. Inhale. All right, let's go into the second side. Left leg forward, right leg back. 90-degree angle here with the left leg. Shin even with the top of the mat, side to side. Back knee bent. And then see how your body feels. If it is going to the left, two things. You can either just go with it, putting your elbows on the mat or the blocks, or you could pull your left foot back a little bit and maybe go forward. So let your body decide. We have 5 minutes. Nice steady breath, no hurry, no worry. Just be in your body, loving it as it is. Yata Bhuta. Usually we wish for sun, right? In places that we live, unless you live in Florida or maybe California. But it's nice to have clouds sometimes. Nice to have rain sometimes, right? Feel your breath by your nose, going in and out. Stay focused on the breath. That's your anchor into the present today in this class. Okay, that's our first minute. Keep breathing, keep relaxing. Bit more about the Manipura chakra, as Carolyn Mace calls it, the chakras. Manipura is the home of the celiac plexus, which innervates most of the digestive system. In chakra-based medicine, practitioners work this area to promote healthier digestion, elimination, pancreas, kidney, and adrenal function. Weak Agni or fire in the celiac plexus leads to incompletely digested food, thoughts, and emotions, and is a source of ama, toxicity. So we're detoxing by working on this chakra, concentrating on it today. Okay, we're halfway there. Keep breathing. Feel free to stretch your back leg back further if you need more pressure and you're down all the way over your front leg. a minute. So in this practice, we learn to listen to our bodies and honor what the body is experiencing and feeling. And focus our mind-body connection, known as yoga. Okay, we're connecting the mind with the body that way. We're also waking up our intuition, because the intuition comes from the body, not from the mind. You feel a nudge, you feel something just telling you not to or to go in a certain direction. Okay? You get inner guidance this way. Just a few more breaths. Okay, let's slowly rise and bring both legs out front again. Bouncing the knees gently against the mat. Feet can be flat, distance, and just letting the knees gently wave side to side, slow motion. Shield wipers. Okay. Reverse table one more time. So remember, your hands can go any way. You could even do this on fists if you like. Slowly lift and squeeze. It doesn't matter how high, maybe it's just a couple inches. And then you come down when you're done, building up that strength over time. You can drop your head back if it feels nice. That's good for your throat chakra and for your thyroid glands. When you're finished, no rush, come down back to your meditation pose. Shake out your hands and roll your shoulders. Just see how it feels. It's almost like I feel like my body wants to take that breath, right? It might just naturally happen because that's what our bodies do, right? When we get through something intense, we take a big breath in. Let's do it. Out through the mouth. Good. Now we're going to sit on the feet next. So bring the feet under you, and you can sit directly on the feet, or you can sit against the block. So when the body is in balance, it feels like you have the energy you need to move through your day without feeling like you have to guzzle down a bunch of coffee or caffeine or other things, right? You might, of course, naturally get a little bit of a lull around 3 p.m. This is siesta time, right? Maybe time for a green tea or a time to meditate or close your eyes for 5 minutes, right? And this is natural. This is why they take siesta at that time in some places. That is the natural time for the body to kind of go back down. And then we start rising up back into the pitta energy, right? Where we start feeling fiery again. That second wind they talk about. You can lean back if you like, putting your hands behind you with this pose. That's just if you're not on blocks. Just be careful with your knees if you are. And then maybe even the knees coming off the floor. Always letting the body decide. Not getting the mind or ego involved. Never comparing or competing. But we're here to take care of ourselves. Listen and honor. Now, knees come back down if they're up. Let's all come forward. And then wiggle the feet around. So some things are suggestions to go forward to a deeper version of a pose, right? And some things are for everyone. So let's curl the toes under. Slowly sit back. So your hips might be in the air like this, and that's fine. Hands flat, right? You can do it that way. And then as you get stronger, your knees maybe are what's stopping you. Maybe it's your toes are on fire when you go into this. Just listen and honor what it feels like. Find that medium pressure in every pose. So if you are sitting all the way back on your heels, you're welcome to bring your hands to your thighs if that feels right. And then just keep breathing. So our breath is an indicator if we're working at our edge, at that good place where we receive all the benefit. So this activates all 6 lower body meridian channels. The stomach and spleen in the front, the gallbladder that we worked in our banana asana, and our outer rotation of swan. On the inside thighs, we have the kidney and liver lines. And then on the back body, which we worked in our spinal twists and our side body stretches of the spine, the urinary bladder. So all 6 of them begin or end in the toes. Let's lift the knees off the floor and slowly come into this gentle squat. So if this is a little too hard, keep your knees down, or you can go to standing, and we'll be there in just a few moments. So you can just hang here, stretch your calf muscles out, letting your heels kind of dip towards the earth. You can also let your head hang if that feels nice, or just hold it out. Good. Now we're going to roll up to standing for a forward fold position. So this would be considered the 6th direction of the spine, right? So put your feet hip distance facing towards the blanket. Bend your knees, put your elbows on your knees, and tilt the tail towards the sky. Back of your legs start to stretch. And then if you like, you can let your head come down. Maybe let the whole spine come down. This is a 3-minute hold today. Feet are flat, facing forward, hip distance, so you feel in balance, grounded through your feet. And then you can bend or straighten your legs more or less if you need. Just keep breathing. If your head is hanging, you're welcome to shake your head yes, slowly, saying yes to your body, yes to your life. And shake your head no to any negative feelings or thoughts about yourself. Knowing that you're exactly where you need to be right now to grow, to move forward on your path. Good. Nice steady breaths, moving into our power center. Not letting the ego rule our lives. It makes us feel bad about ourselves, but moving into our power means we stand up for ourselves against the ego and against others, or against whatever seems to be troubling us, and saying nice things to ourselves, being grateful. All these things build confidence. Okay, we're halfway there. Keep breathing. I learned that making your bed when you get up in the morning is one way to build confidence. So I've been doing that for quite a long time now. It's just nice to return to a nice neat bed when you decide to go to sleep at night. Doing something just little, something good for yourself. Now, since we've already done our reverse tables, if you are hanging forward, you're welcome to bring your hands behind the back. Maybe even stretching the arms away from the back, just like a reverse table position for your shoulders. Just be careful, can be strong. You can bend the knees as much as you need to support your chest with this one. Just 30 seconds left here, working on the urinary bladder lines, the hamstrings, the spine. Right, now let's gently crawl forward to table pose. Start with some cats and cows, first time today. Hands and knees, so your blanket is wider than your mat, so your knees and frog are going to go off the blanket. So let's start with cats and cows though, having the hands flat, fingers spread out like rays of sunshine. Middle finger points to the top of the mat. So hands flat, so we're not putting all the weight on the median tendon, wrist. Knees are hip distance, so you're a stable table. You feel grounded here. Then we start to move. As we breathe in, tail and chin go up. And as we breathe out, tail and chin go down. Feel how you're massaging your spine, feeling in and out. Front and back, nice and slow. Welcome to go side to side like our banana asana, getting into the waist, into the ribs a little bit. Trying to touch the shoulder to the hip on each side. Maybe gazing back that way as well for your cervical spine. Good. All right, frog pose is next. Let's put a block under us and a block at the top for the forehead. If you have 3 blocks, you're welcome to stack 2 blocks underneath you, especially if you're not sure how many blocks you need or you've never done this pose before. And then a block on the forehead can be at any level. You can turn it straight up and down if you want. Now get into your table on top of the blocks. Put your elbows where your hands were, and then slide the knees out to the sides. Without letting your hips come forward or back, keep them right between the knees. You can just glance back to see. And see how my body's resting? Well, right now my chest is resting. Daisy, go on. Go on, Daisy. She wanted to make her cameo. You can put the block under the chest, but I like it under the ribs, so it's right where that solar plexus chakra is, right? And that's very supportive because it's bone. The other block goes under the forehead. Whatever level feels comfortable, just try not to invert your head. All right, we're gonna stay here again now for 5 minutes, just like our last poses, our swan poses rather. Okay, just relax your legs, and if something feels intense when you first get into it, try to take a few breaths, because that intensity may just fade away very quickly. But if it stays, then maybe changing the pose. So if you want to make this more intense at any point, separate your heels as wide as your knees, but no wider than that. You can turn your toes out or keep them pointed. All right, let's keep breathing. So now it's pretty hard, especially if the blocks are under your ribs. It's kind of hard to breathe into the rib cage, but just do your best, taking some nice smooth breaths in and out of your body, finding a rhythm. That's our first minute. So now we're working on those kidney and liver channels on the inner thighs. This is the inner rotation of your hip joints. So we started with outer rotation, we went into flexion with our standing forward fold, now we're in inner rotation. And this is also abduction. So to abduct is to bring the knees away from the center line. So that would be the 5th direction. The 6th would be adduction. That's where we get into our shoelace pose. On the root chakra, the song just happens to be called the Earth. You can hear it. This is our Earth chakra, the base of the spine in the area of the pelvic floor. The color of this chakra is red. Maybe breathing down into that space if it feels like a strong or intense sensation. Help it to relax with your breath. 2 minutes left. If you need more pressure, you could also slide your knees more open or lower your blocks to the sideways or flat level. You just have 90 seconds to go. But don't push yourself, right? If you're in medium pressure, you don't need to change anything at all. All right, let's take the blocks out. And try not to adjust your legs. Just come forward to your belly and stretch your legs back behind you. Turn your head to one side. Maybe relax your arms next to your body, palms up. And just let the earth support you. Keep breathing. All right, let's get onto our elbows for gentle Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders. You can rock your hips side to side if that feels nice. You could let your head hang or maybe prop your forehead on a block if this is where you plan to stay, if this is strong enough for you. If your head is hanging, you're welcome to rock your head side to side gently, your chin, massaging the neck again. And then if you feel like you need more to get a good back bend, flatten your hands in front of your elbows, squeeze your bum to push the tail down, lock your legs, and then lift the elbows up. You can separate your hands wider if you like. Just lift through the ribs, lift through the chest, maybe the chin. Stay as long as you like. When you're finished, turn your head the other way. Relax your arms next to your body if that feels okay. And just take a few belly breaths. Pushing the belly into the mat is diaphragmatic breathing. It's good for your diaphragm and your lungs. Okay, hands under shoulders. We'll come up to table, back to child's pose for a moment. Sitting towards the heels and bowing to your beautiful self, just taking the pressure off the lower back. Take a few deep breaths. Right, let's rise to table again. Cats and cows, have your blocks ready. The top of the mat for your dragon pose. Start to move your back up and down, side to side, circles with your ribs, what feels right. Okay, let's bring the right arm to the sky. Breathe in, right arm on the floor, behind the left wrist, palm up, shoulder down. And do your best to keep the hips right over the knees so we're not putting all of our body weight pressure on the shoulder. Now we're just going to stay here for 2 minutes. So find your edge. Sweet discomfort's always the goal here. If you need more, you can lift the left arm and maybe thread it behind your back. Or use the left hand in front of you and push down to increase the twist in your thoracic, your upper back. Let's breathe. Find your edge. Get still. One more minute here. As we ring out the heart chakra and also feel the pull on the rib cage. Left hand in front of the face, sweep the right arm to the sky, hold it there for a few breaths. See how it feels. And we can switch sides, right hand down, left hand up. Really twisting through the ribs, through the back, chest and shoulders. And then switch again, stepping that right foot back to easy side plank. And letting the right arm fall back as far as it wants to go. Letting gravity do the work. Let your head hang too. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. But feel your waist getting long, just like our banana asana. You can bring your arm over the head to make that stronger. Maybe shaking your head, yes and no here. Good job. Okay, we're going to take a step forward with the right foot for our dragon position. Right foot steps up, block in front of the left knee. We're going to go high and low today and skip the baby, but if you need it, it's there for you. Get blocks under your hands and lift the chest up as far as it wants to go. Your back toes can point or flex. What feels best for your knee. Make sure this block is supporting you so you don't have to push down into the blocks under your hands. It's there for balance so you don't fall side to side. You can walk your right foot out to the right if you don't feel like you're sitting in the center of your hips. All right, relax and breathe. Maybe roll your shoulders a little bit. Maybe turn your head side to side. Up and down. What feels good right now? Just testing it out and doing what feels right. Your elbow can also rest against your thigh if that's more comfortable. So this is a stretch for the front of the left hip. This is the extension, the fourth direction of the hips. Working into quads and hip flexors on the back leg. That's where your stomach and spleen meridians are. Good. One more minute. Keep breathing. Maybe dropping the ear over the shoulder on either side for a few breaths. That gets into the lateral flexion of the spine of your neck. Side bending. All right, let's put the blocks inside the front foot. Place your elbows on the blocks and then walk your right foot out to the right a little bit. So this is going to, again, keep the hips even so you're not just leaning into your left elbow more than your right. Try to keep it even. Slide the back knee back if you like. Remember, again, back toes can change. They can point or flex. Keep breathing. Slow, steady breaths. Feel your rib cage stretch on this one. Breathe out, relax. So maybe if you let your knee fall out a little bit, you'll feel that IT band stretch again. You might feel it more in your inner thigh with this one, or even your hamstrings in the front leg. Seconds. seconds to go. Just keep breathing soft and slow in and out through your nose. We learn to stay calm, even though we're in a kind of an uncomfortable position. But in that discomfort is where things change. We get stronger physically and mentally. We're able to move through life maybe a little bit more with ease, grace. Let's straighten the arms, pull the hips back into half splits, and just bow over your right. Let your head hang. We're getting into the Pingala Nadi. This is the right side of the urinary bladder meridian, all the way from the back of your head to your heel. And taking it back to table when you're ready. Your blocks out of the way, and then let's practice cats and cows again. Nice and slow, up and down, side to side, just whatever feels good now. Moving into our fourth spinal twist. Right, we had 2 on the floor. Now this is our second one. Here, let's bring the left arm up and left arm on the floor behind the right wrist. Palm up, shoulder down, hips stay over the knees. And we'll just stay here for 2 minutes. So let your body acclimate, really paying attention to how it feels and then changing it. If you need more, you can bring your right arm up, spread it behind the back, or use it in front of you for support. Just 2 minutes. Steady breath, feel the ribs twisting and opening. So the position of Manipura is stated as being behind the navel. Sometimes a secondary chakra called Surya, sun, chakra is located at the solar plexus, whose role is to absorb and assimilate prana from the sun. Being related to the sense of sight, it is associated with the eyes, and being associated with movement, it is associated with the feet. So movement, right? It's about transformation, taking action. Right hand in front of the face. Let's pull the left arm out from under us, up to the sky. And then gently switching sides. When you're ready, left hand down, right arm up. Really working the upper back, really working the ribs. And then switch again, this time stepping the left foot back to your easy side plank or supported side plank on your right knee. And let your left arm fall back, let your head hang, whatever feels good here. Just keep breathing. You can shake your head, yes and no. You can also bring the left arm over your ear if that feels nice. Just a few breaths here, enjoying this stretch through the waist, through the chest and neck. Good. Now when you're ready, take a big step forward with your left foot. In table pose, left foot steps up, placing a block in front of the right knee this time. And blocks under hands for support for your upper body. We're going to lift the chest up, find that place that feels just right for the lower back, because we're compressing the lower back, and the front of the hip, which we're stretching. All right. Just a couple minutes in each one. Just 2.5 high, 2.5 low for a total of 5. Feel the stretch in the front of the right hip where the hip and thigh meet. That's your hip flexor muscles. Responsible for lifting your knee when you take a step. Nice, steady breaths. Do some neck work here if you'd like. Turn your head side to side, up and down for the forward fold and back bend action of your neck. In your ear and drop it over your shoulder. Take a few breaths on either side for the lateral flexion. Keep your breath steady. Remember, you move forward with your chest to make it less intense. Move back to make it more intense. A few more breaths here in this first position. Front knee is over the front ankle for stability, so your front foot needs to be flat. Now we can place the blocks inside the foot. Remember, you can pile them up on top of each other or sideways. Right inside the foot and come straight forward, down onto your elbows, walking the left foot gently out to the left, just maybe a couple inches, making room for that left shoulder. All right, 2.5 minutes. Let's keep breathing. Finding that place of sweet discomfort, finding your edge. You can change it if it gets too easy or too intense. You want to hover around a 5 on the scale of 1 to 10 in this class. Every pose. Your rib cage stretch on your inhales, relaxing on your exhales. Anapana waking up. For just 1 more minute. All right, let's straighten the arms, pull the hips back, bow over your left leg. So this is the yin side of the urinary bladder. It's called the Ida Nadi, and it goes from the back of your head to the left heel. the moon channel. The yin is the cool side. The yang is the hot. When you're ready, take it to your seat. Close your eyes. Just take it all in for a moment. How do you feel now? Feel the front of your legs probably still buzzing a little bit, especially that right side from your dragon. The inner thighs from frog, outer thighs from our swan, and the back of the legs, the hamstring area from our dangling pose, our standing forward fold today. Lots of spinal twists, side bending at the beginning of class, and a few back bends. Just feel that in your body now. So let's take a cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Then we're going to take our blocks for a supported Shavasana. So one sideways, one straight up and down. Sit in front of the block and let the block be right where a bra strap would be, right behind the chest. So it's bringing the chest up into a gentle back bend and then supporting your head with your other block. You can straighten your legs and let your feet fall open, or maybe feet together, knees open for butterfly, or even a cross-legged seated meditation position with your legs, if that feels right. All right, let's close the eyes and tune into how it feels right now. This body, and just let everything go. Let your arms and legs get heavy. Hands and feet and toes and fingers relax. Good. Swallow to relax your throat. Let your jaws relax again. Cheeks and nose, your eyes fall back towards the earth. Relaxing your forehead, letting thoughts come and go like clouds through the sky. That you're not your thoughts, just let them float by. And just practice being for a moment. Just being in this body with this breath as it is, Yata Bhuta. No place to go, nothing to do. Drifting on the waves of your breath. Just for a minute or two. Without moving, just start to gently, subtly breath into your body. Nice and softly. Feel the breath going in, feel it relaxing out. Skim the thumbs across the fingertips. When you're ready, feel how sensitive you are, awake and aware. Stretch the arms to the sky and over your head. Just let the arms hang there. Beautiful. Slide your feet flat when you're ready and let your knees fall to one side. And you're just going to roll off your blocks into fetal position in front of the blocks and just rest on the earth. Feel the earth below. Thank Mother Earth for her support. And gently rise to seated. Back to seated meditation, this time with the hands at the heart center in Anjali Mudra, hand position of prayer and namaste. And bow your head to yourself for being here today. Thank yourself for this gift of yoga, for taking this time to honor yourself, body, spirit. Let's seal this in with an Om. Breathe in. Om. The light in me bows to the light in me.